What's going on, guys? Make sure you check the description below so that you find out how to get entered in my road to 1,000 subscriber giveaway. We have hit that milestone, and we will be announcing very, very soon when we're going to actually do the live for the giveaway. But you can go down, check that playlist, and go ahead and still get entered into the giveaway. Also, if you're interested in a SmallTown Collectibles comic book mystery box, you can find out how to get one of those down there as well. Also, our discount code was Street Level Hero LA STC10, where you can get 10% off your order and raise some money for our great cause. What is going on, everybody? It is another beautiful day here in the hills of Eastern Kentucky, and today we're going to talk about New Comic Book Day on a Budget. We're going to give you some tips on books to maybe purchase if you're on a budget of $25 or less. So let's get started. I'm Jimmy Don Kerr, and this is the SmallTown Collectibles YouTube channel. So before we get into our books this week, guys, if you haven't already, I want to ask you to hit that subscription button, turn on that notification bell so that you get notified when I put out new content. Leave a thumbs up if you like the video, or I guess I should say smash the thumbs up if you like the video, and leave a comment below and let me know what you think about this new segment here on the channel and if it's helping you in any way at all. So, as I've said the last 2 weeks, I do the first appearances and key issues video on Tuesdays. You can go check that. There's a playlist, or you can go back and just check. It dropped yesterday. And, I'll put out a pretty big list. So, if you bought all those books, you're spending $100+, right? But not everybody can do that. And so if you're one of those people who have to, live on a budget, and you're one of those people who really likes to get comic books and you're not exactly sure what you should buy or where you should invest your money, I'm going to give you some books here that maybe will help you with that. So let's get into our list. And our first book this week is Fantastic Four number 35. Now, this book's cover price is $9.99. This is the first appearance of Scion, the last descendant of Cain. It's also the 60th anniversary issue, and it's got 96 pages. You get the origin of the Fantastic Four and a backup story by Mark Waid with new details. So, for me, this is probably the most important book of the week as far as books you could pick up for potential spec value. With all the heat that's been on Kang from the Loki series, and knowing that he's coming in Ant-Man, any character in the Kang mythology, I think, would be a good book to pick up. And this is Scion, his last descendant. So he could pop up anywhere in anything. So I think as far as a book, if you're going to invest some money on a budget, I think this is a definite book to pick up. Because there could definitely be some good potential spec for this book down the road. Now, like I said, the cost of this one's $9.99. So if our budget is $25, you take that $9.99 away, and we've got $15.01 left. So what do we grab next? Now, when I'm doing a list like this, I'm trying to take into account, spec value. I'm trying to take into account, a good read. And sometimes both. And these next two books, I think, do that. And the first one is Maw number 1 from Boom Studios. And the synopsis on this one is, after a woman becomes the victim of an assault, the violent encounter awakens something in her, triggering warped mutations and awakening a hunger she can't bring herself to name. So Boom Studios is excellent, generally writes really good books, and it's the type of book that you could see ultimately getting made into some kind of Netflix series or just a TV series in general. So Maw number 1, the premise of that is pretty good. I could see that as a horror type show on Netflix. So yeah, Maw number 1 from Boom, check that one out. So the cost on that one is $3.99. Take that away from the $15.01 we've got left, and we're down to $11.02. So our next book is Primordial number 1 from Image. And this book, again, is another that I could very much see being a TV show. I find this an interesting concept for a title, and the synopsis reads as this. It's a 6-issue limited series that takes place during the Cold War, when a dog and 2 monkeys that were launched into space return to Earth after being taken and then released by an unknown abductor. So essentially, during the Cold War, they shot this dog and 2 monkeys into space, and they never came back, and they didn't know where they went. But somebody had taken them, and who knows what they did with them, what they trained them to do, and now they brought them back to Earth to release them. So who knows what's going to happen? So that interests me. It's got some cool covers for it as well, but I would go with cover A, Primordial #1. Again, a book that I think will be a good read, but also some potential value down the road for a potential TV show. Then our last book, so we've only got 4 books this week because that first book, the Fantastic Four #35, cost almost $10, or did cost $10. It's $9.99. And this is a cover. I'm buying this strictly for the cover. And that is Iron Man #12, the Miles Morales 10th Anniversary Edition. Very, very cool cover by Raza. You've got Miles on the cover in front of the turntables, a little Iron Man bobblehead sitting there, mixing up some beats. Anything Miles, I think at some point will have value, more value than what you pay for it, right? So, yeah, that's a definite for me. Not to mention the cover is cool. I like the cover. So we have, and I don't think I said this before, on Primordial. After Primordial, we had $11.02 left. You spend the $3.99 on Primordial. Jump down here, we got $7.03 left, and we purchase our Miles book, our Iron Man #12 variant cover. We've got $3.04 left. So we're buying 4 books this week, not even spending our whole $25. We got $3 left. You can buy you something to drink while you read your books, or grab you a snack or whatever, or save it for next week, whatever you want to do. So that's Fantastic Four #35, first appearance of Cylon, Maul #1 from Boom Studios, Primordial #1 from Image, and then Iron Man #12, the Miles Morales 10th Anniversary variant. So I think all those are pretty solid pickups for New Comic Book Day. But wait, there's more. There's a trade paperback that came out this week. And I feel like it's important to mention because people have different preferences, right? They don't always want to read the same thing. So if these books don't necessarily appeal to you and you never read Stray Dogs, then I think you ought to try to grab the Stray Dogs trade paperback. So I've got a couple of options here for you. If that's something you're interested in, you never read it, you should. It's phenomenal. So if these books don't necessarily interest you, then you could potentially pick up these 2 books. So right now on Midtown, you can purchase the Stray Dogs trade paperback, and that's issues 1 through 6 for $14.44. And then you could pick up the book that I was talking about earlier, Fantastic Four #35, 60th anniversary issue, first appearance of Cylon, for $8.99. You could purchase those 2 books, and that totals up to be $23.43. So you're still under budget, and you got a little bit of money left, like I said earlier, to grab you something to drink. Or if you're not into the Fantastic Four and you don't want to drop that $8.99 for it, you may want to get the Stray Dogs trade. Again, $16.99 or $14.44 over at Midtown. You could get the Primordial #1 from Image. I think that's going to be a good one. And you could get that Iron Man #12 Miles Morales 10th Anniversary variant. You can get all 3 of those for $24.97. You're still under your $25 budget, but I think you still picked up that trade and 2 really solid books for the week. So that's it. I hope that helps. As you're out there looking, if you're trying to make a decision on what to buy and you're trying to stay within a budget, and for my example, we're saying $25, I've given you kind of 3 different options there, either 4 singles or a trade paperback and 1 single, or a trade paperback and 2 singles. Just, again, kind of whatever suits your preference. So, hope y'all dug that. Like I said, I hope it helps you make some decisions here on New Comic Book Day, and I hope it helps you stay into your budget. As we say every week, can't be spending the rent or the mortgage money on comic books. Sometimes it's important to budget what you buy, but it also helps to go in with a little bit of knowledge about maybe what you should pick up for some long-term value or what may be a good read. And that's what I try to do here. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for coming by and hanging out with me for a little while here on the channel. Hope you have a great New Comic Book Day. And as I always end these things, until next time.